Welcome to Napsonic channel. The slogan of this channel is My World, Our Destiny. Today we are discussing on Indian Administrative Service, also known as IAS. In few minutes we will be knowing about the authority, the power, the responsibilities of an IAS officer and how this transforms the state or the country. At the outset, we should know that UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, conducts civil service exams every year to select aspirants for various Group A and B posts. Out of them, IAS stands top. Out of all the Group A services, three services are known as All India Service: IAS, IPS, and Indian Forest Service. Indian Administrative Service is both Group A and All India Service. Hence, IAS officers, they will serve both state government as well as central government. On selection as an IAS officer, these officers will be trained at Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, which is at Mussoorie, Uttarakhand. After 2 years of training there, they will be given the job of that field duty. These IAS officers are responsible for policy implementation, administration, and governance, both at central as well as at state levels. Administration focuses on how things are done, and governance focuses on who has the power to make decisions and what are those rules and regulations are. If you look at the key responsibilities of an IAS officer, he or she has to know about the government affairs, implement policies, manage public funds, maintain law and order, handling disasters, political instability, development activities, interacting with public, oversee elections, and many more. Now we will see each one of the responsibilities in detail. First is the government affairs. An IAS officer should manage day-to-day administration. If an IAS officer is at state level or at district level, they have to coordinate between departments like education, health, police, etc. Ensure government decisions are implemented smoothly without any hassles. Act as a main executive authority at both its district as well as state level. The second most important thing is implement policies. Look, each government, whether it is at state or central, they will have some policies for the benefit of the citizens. So an IAS officer should translate these policies into actionable programs, issue orders, guidelines, and deadlines to implement to departments, monitor progress through field visits, as well as generate report on the progress of it. Fixing gaps. If the schemes are not reaching to the beneficiaries, then an IAS officer should sit and see where is that gap is there and what are the impediments are there and how to remove those impediments and fix the gap so that the schemes will reach the beneficiaries at a lesser time and properly. One more important responsibility of an IAS officer is manage public funds. An IAS officer should prepare and allocate budgets for schemes. It may be of the department, it may be of the district, whatever may be. Approve expenditures for development projects. Audit the spending to prevent corruption or misuse. Ensure funds are used effectively and transparently. One more important responsibility of an IAS officer is maintain law and order. Yes, you may be asking that an IPS officer will be there, police force will be there, but an IAS officer will be the overall in charge of the district or the state. Hence, a IAS officer has to take many responsibilities. They have to work closely with police as well as the administration. If there is a requirement of imposing section 144, they have to do it, and also all these things they have to do to prevent conflicts, riots, and or any unrest happens in the state or in the district or in any taluk or in the country. IAS officer has to chip into these cause. And why they have to do all these things? The primary thing is they have to ensure public safety during event and also sensitive situations. Handling disasters also an IAS officer's responsibility. Whenever there is a flood, earthquake, or pandemics like COVID or something like that, so an IAS officer should lead the emergency response. They have to act very fast and in time, and they have to coordinate with many people, like many teams like police, health workers, NGOs, or the administration, local administration, and see that the relief camps are started and the food, medicine, air or aid is provided in time, on time, to everyone who is affected, and they have to oversee the rehabilitation and the rebuilding efforts. Another important responsibility is during the political instability, they have to maintain neutral and follow the constitutional rules. They can't be just a person representative of any political party. No, they can't be like that. They should ensure the constitutional rules. So they have to ensure that the state or the country continues smoothly despite political changes, and implement decisions of elected governments without any bias. Also maintain stability during protests or leadership changes. There may sometimes when the leadership changes happens, there will be a riot, chaos, so many things, and these IAS officers responsibility. They have to work with police, they have to work with administration, they have to work with many other organizations and departments, and see that there is a stability in the state, stability in the district, stability in the country. One more responsibility is developmental activities. So they will get the power to plan and execute projects like roads, schools, hospitals, and many more things in their district or in the state or in the country. They will get an authority to monitor welfare schemes like employment, housing, and many more. They have to work with NGOs and local bodies and see that everything is implemented properly, and also the most important thing is they have to track the progress using data on field inspections. Field inspections, they have to do it on their own, or they have to make an arrangement for field inspection, see that the progress is happening or not, what is the data, they have to progress everything, they have to do it. Most important thing is interacting with the public. They should keep on the Janata Darbars or connect with the people program in their district, in the state, and they should try to listen to the public grievance meetings. I mean, the public, they will be having so many grievances. These IAS officers will be responsible in conducting these things, listen to the complaints and resolve the issues in time. And if there is any such thing which they can't, the government has to do it, so they have to bring those problems of the citizens to the government and ensure that citizen concerns are listened to by the government. And the most important thing is they have to build such a trust between administration and people. The people should feel comfortable with an IAS officers and the government policies. Of the many responsibilities, we are discussing about oversee elections also. An IAS officer will be a district election officer or the returning officer for the entire state or whatever may be. So whenever the elections happens anywhere in in our country, so an IAS officers will be given the responsibility to conduct the same free and fair and transparent election. This is most important because there will be many areas where it is just not sensitive. More sensitive areas will be there, ultra sensitive areas will be there. An IAS officer has to coordinate with police and other administrative department and see to identify which are all the normal areas, which are all the sensitive areas, which are all the ultra sensitive areas, and they have to see that the polling stations are managed properly, has been given staff, enough staff, security. Most important is the security in the sensitive areas, and they have to enforce the model code of conduct during the election. This is most challenging, but this is the authority, this is the power of an IAS officer. If we start talking about responsibilities of IAS officer, we can talk a lot, but in general, the students who are appearing for civil service exams, you should know, when you are aiming to become an IAS officer, you should know the power, the authority, the responsibility of an IAS officer, so that you can just plan accordingly. Success be in your bag always. Wishing you all best of luck, and this information is being brought to you by Napsonic channel. The slogan is My World, Our Destiny. Share this video with everyone you know. And the thing is, you just give a like button to this video.